It's a busy month for golf in Singapore with the women's tournament last weekend and the LIV event in about a week.
Yeah, and here to give us his take on the sport and its future is Nick Faldo, former world #1 and winner of 6 majors. That's 3 Opens and 3 Masters.
It's an amazing record. He now spends his time designing courses in places like Hanoi and also Malaysia. Mr. Faldo?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us. And welcome to sunny and warm Asia. I know you live in Montana. Maybe you can quickly tell us why, because it's minus 20 degrees Celsius. But
some days.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually very nice. It's just like the Yellowstone show. Hopefully you will watch that with Kevin Costner.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I've got all that scenery out my back door. That is, no, we love. After COVID hit, we wanted a change, like many people. So we went up there. We built. We're calling it our own little Faldo farm. We might have some mini cows one day. We've got dogs galore. We've got eagles and foxes out there right now. I'm missing all the fun.
Sounds amazing.
It's spring. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, I love the scenery. I mean, you can see literally for 60 miles, which is great.
I want to ask you about your work now, designing courses. I mean, how do you fight this compulsion? And there must be this compulsion to design a course for yourself. So water hazards, bunkers everywhere, you know. How do you find that balance, you know?
No, well, that's the fun of it. Yeah, we get a design brief. You know, we want beginners to play, and then we want a tournament as well. So you're like, okay, wow, that's a bit of everything. But it's a great business. It's fun projects. You know, I'm very fortunate. I went for a playing career, broadcast career. I generally want to build something. Leave a nice bucket list or 2 golf courses around the world. I've got some very cool projects, one in Madeira, and obviously I'm on my way to Hanoi. We're opening Silk Path. That project looks very pretty right now. So yeah, I'm enjoying doing that, and obviously there's still going to be a little bit of broadcasting. I'm actually coming back. There's a thing called Hang in America, where you basically, while you're watching the coverage on your device, you can talk to me, communicate. I can watch the golf as well. I can do my own commentary, that sort of thing. So I'll be doing that in a couple of weeks. So all you got to do to go to is letshang.live. I think for the players, we're going to do a test run. We're doing a pilot at the players. So I'm kind of getting back into the commentary world.
See, I was going to ask you, how is retirement? But obviously, you haven't really retired. You're still very busy.
I just couldn't handle it. It was a great gig, television. But, you know, I've got 7 months of almost flying twice a week, you know, there and back, just the same. And I've been doing that since I was 18. And once it was like, this is just a little too much. Now we're in Montana. I wanted to enjoy life. We've got a great lady in Lindsay. As I said, we got fun. I love my fly fishing. I love my golf still. So I've still got plenty to do. I'm busy, you know, like many people are on Zooms at 8 o'clock nearly every day, planning the future things. So as I said, hopefully I'll get back into doing a bit of commentary on just for the big stuff. Maybe like start with half a dozen or 8 tournaments through the season, and of course people wants podcasts. So maybe get into the podcast world. So I've got plenty up my sleeve, which is fun.
She's our podcast queen, by the way. I want to ask you, you know, for your take on the game today. I mean, you know, obviously you haven't left the game, you know, really. Do you see the same drive, the same passion? And this is, you know, a question that comes from a fan as well. You changed your swing completely in 1983, you know, despite, you know, being at the top of your game. I mean, why did you do that? And do you still see that you know, that passion? You know, and we see the data analytics, we see the gym work.
To answer the swing change first, I mean, I got to a certain level. I was European #1, but honestly, a little voice said, "You haven't got it, mate. You're not quite good enough." You know, I blew the Open way back in birthday, was at 83 or something, and I thought, well, I've got to take my game up a bit. You've got to learn more. So it's amazing. I started that project 40 years ago, June of 40 years ago. I did the maths, and obviously it led to getting really competitive in the majors. That was my goal. I believed in myself. You have to have a heck of a mental strength. You got to survive the nerve, you know. So I believe I could. And I loved that. I played to win. Had a great run. I mean, I won 5 majors out of 25 way back, half my life ago. So, there's that side. And where we are now, guys are very competitive. Of course, we've got the split between LIV and the tours and what have you. But you know, that caused this massive increase. They're playing each week. They're playing for more prize money than when we played in our whole season. in 1 week.
And is that a problem for the game?
Well, yes, I think it has, because honestly, when I did television, we literally never talked about money. We were told not to talk about money, never mention it, and I didn't. And now it's suddenly, let's talk about the tens and hundreds of millions guys are getting to play golf. And you're like, excuse me? Yep. You know, you've got the average people in America, obviously, with a salary. They've got a job, they've got salary, maybe, and you've got guys getting that for finishing last. It's hurt the true competition of golf. Golf was a genuine tough sport. There was success and failure. And many people would say the fear of failure really drives you even more than, you know, the will to win. Right. It's like, and it doesn't matter who you are. You can be world #1. I've seen guys not want to fail, i.e. miss the cut. They try their darndest. They've got everything in their life, but they want to play the weekend because there may be a chance they can win. I mean, that's my dig at Live. They've lost that. You know, it's pressure. It's not pressure-free. It's failure-free golf.
Yeah,
you
get paid no matter what.
You're guaranteed, which is not quite our sport. We had this dreaded cut line, where if you didn't make the cut, you got Zippo back in the day, 0. I mean, so it really drove you, didn't it? That's how. And I came from the era. To be honest, I've used this line a lot. If you wanted to change your lifestyle, you had to win. If you really wanted a new car. Back then, that was more than a win. So you had to win a couple of times to get a brand new car. And obviously, if you wanted a new house, you wanted your children to go to private school, you had to win to change your lifestyle. I definitely feel it's lost that a little bit. So, you know, that's kind of, and I think that has definitely affected television ratings as well, because again, you rooting for somebody to make. To play well, and now it's like, oh, look at him. He's making tens of millions, just getting up, staying upright.
Okay. Well, have you seen anything positive then that has developed in the game of golf that has made the game better?
Well, definitely. The fortunate professional golf is suffering, I would say, a little bit with this. You know, TV viewership has gone down in America considerably, maybe because of that. The actual game of golf, fortunately, is really climbing fast. I mean, you in Asia love, you know, the resort golf is fantastic. The quality control now, or the opportunities are brilliant across your region. I mean, you really can have a great holiday, go and play golf, beautiful resorts, beautiful food. That's why I really love visiting here, you know. You've got plenty of that going on. And then indoor golf is massive as well, as you know. TrackMan, the quality of that is fantastic. I'm a real TrackMan nerd now. I love to get down at home and, you know, and I love all my numbers and I can try this and try that. And can I still do it? This sort of thing. Don't wear myself out. And then, you know, and on the other side, another thing I want to develop is I'm calling it golf in small spaces, because people, you know, whether you've got a back garden or an acre or 2 or 3 acres, small, but we can now construct really cool little golf courses, you know, little par 3s.
Ideal for places like Singapore, Tokyo, for example.
Well, anywhere that's really cramped for land, and you think, well, how do we get, you know, driving ranges now on TrackMan only have to be about 70 yards long, because, you know, you've got simulators and what have you. Gone are the days where you need 350. We can't cater for these guys now. You hit it 400 blimmin' yards. So, you know, that fortunately is really climbing. Golf, people love golf. The actual number of golfers is increasing. But the pro golf has just dented this, you know, it's lost this gutsy kind of competitive feel.
Right. Okay. We do have to leave it there, Mr. Faldo, unfortunately.
Speed of light.
Yeah.
You know, good luck with your new ventures and your podcasting as well. Golf is golf. That's something I remember from you as well. Thanks very much. You have a good time this part of the world.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And we have been speaking to Nick Faldo, one of the most successful golfers in the world with 6 majors under his belt.